The Diode SuperGP Champions Trophy is proudly brought to you by Digital Entertainment On Demand and their associate sponsors.
So a predicted 8-lapper race, and that's going to keep these guys extremely busy. It's going to be a long time in the saddle. They will have to work well together. I'm seeing the top 5 get breaking away.
Whoa, Staffen off the line incredibly well.
Staffen, that may be under scrutiny, but anyway, we have got the kids out there rocketing away from the line. Staffen just tears it away. With a lead like that, you've got to think that was a jump. And unless everyone else in the field got caught napping, it's hard to actually think that that was the case because these kids have got a lot of experience underneath them. And second place is championship points leader, William Friend. Pole man down in 4th.
Yeah, we're down in 4th fighting with, looks like Tyrese Robert there and Lance Murray. But I think, from my point of view, I think Staffen got it perfectly. What I did see happen, which you just missed out, as the lights went out, they were still waiting for Dick Shuttle and the flag marshal lady to move out the way, which is why I think a lot of the riders thought, hang on a second.
Looking to the left.
Yeah, they're not at the track yet, the lights won't go out, and they went out.
Yeah.
So they got caught napping, and Staffen took advantage of it. But it hasn't happened for much longer, because as they head down into gate corner, we have a new leader.
Into
it
gate.
is Matthew Friend.
Or William Friend even. So while Will takes the lead going into gate for the first time, and this is the dangerous part because this is a right-hand circuit, and this is the first time they flip left, and they're on the left-hand side for a very long time. So poleman, just tickling outside. You can see that's where the water is sitting there, and already in racing you can see when you're trying to take the outside line to get around a rider, you touch that water when you're at full crank, you're gone.
Well, Matt, you were mentioning it earlier on in our practice sessions and in the qualifying. These guys on the Pirelli rubber heading up into Beacon Corner for the first time. But these particular tyres are pretty much standard road tyres. There's no good, bad or ugly about them. They are pretty consistent right from the word go and do not get it better or worse throughout the 8 laps of racing.
Man, oh man, yeah, talking to Dubs about the rubber there, the Pirelli coming to the party. Next year, there is talk of a race set of tyres getting brought in for these bikes. That's going to change things massively. That'll bring something like 5 seconds a lap out of these kids, and that will make it a very competitive series. Right now, gaps are getting blown wide open. Our prediction as well, that in the current weather conditions, you need to be a bigger kid to get a hold of this bike, and William Friend is ripping this one apart.
He's certainly going well at the front end, and in the first lap was able to put 1 second difference between himself and Staffen's. Kieran Snowman under pressure from Murray. Dominic Doyle's moved up nicely into the fight for 4th and 5th there with Lance Murray. Tyrese Robert just behind them. Zante Otto, incredibly, up into 7th place, and now, well, just been demoted by Luca Coccioni. Coccioni didn't have a great first lap.
No, Coccioni got sent out the back door on lap number 1, and that's a heartbreaker. It's one of those guys, he seems to have 1 or 2 good races, 1 or 2 good circuits, but he doesn't seem to be able to learn new tracks and be able to get into that slipstream effect very easily. Very much a short circuit rider, and this is a massive track. A lot of question marks before we brought the little KTM Austin C90s down here, but Dave from RAD and KTM SA said it's fine. We can change the gearing, they'll hold. They have.
And they have. Once that gearing has been sorted out, they're running relatively decent lap times. 47.7 out of Friend on the first one, 48.7 out of
He's gapping these guys. This is going to be a huge gap already. 1:0.14 was the gap between William Friend and Staffen the last time around. It's going to be getting on for 1.5 seconds as they cross the stripe now.
Coming through, taking the line and taking the flag across, that is 42.5, 42.8, 1.2 second difference.
Yeah, so 1.5, 1.2. Yeah, he's eking it out. A 1:42.5. So we're down into the qualifying times. Let's run through the riders as they sit, as everyone has cleaned the stripe. William Friend leads out over Staffen. Then it's Sneyman. Lance Murray, big climber on the 99. Bit of a stop-start riding style. He's going to have to smooth that out. If you watch him down onto the braking markers down at Cabana, he's a little bit wild. Dominic Doyle, one of the riders that should run a little bit higher. He's down in 5th place on the 26 all-orange machine. He's just at the back of these lads.
Check it, Murray, trying to go up the inside
That's
of
what
Cabana.
I was talking about. He's a little bit too harsh on the brakes. He's going to have to carry some more mid-corner if he wants to run with these lads, because he's losing tenths every time he does that.
Late on the brakes, trying to find a way through on Sneyman. Sneyman just kept it rolling through, and you can see he hasn't lost too much ground. He was able to carry it through the corner speed, as you said, through Cocabana, and he's actually got great drive and sneaks through into gate corner. Watch out on the inside, though, because up the inside comes Dominic Doyle, and Doyle nearly went with him.
Murray, I like his riding style. Since he's come into the series, he is a wild rider. He doesn't mind where he puts the bike and is able to kind of, with his own riding style, really third wheel it. What I mean by that is he relies heavily on his knees.
Nice to see him getting the bike down that low as well, as opposed to the swing up of
Man,
Sneyman, side by side with him.
Sneyman, the king of the outside lines. We called that down at Cape Town. He is so good at railing.
Incredible stuff. Now, can he hold it on the brakes into Beacon? He can, and once again, that has reversed. Now, Dominic Doyle is in that battle. This man here, Tyrese Robert, is not too far off it. They keep interchanging like that and slowing each other up, and Tyrese will be right there. There'll be a four-way battle for what is going to be third on the road.
1.2 becomes 1.3. So hundredths of a second every lap, and that's enough. William Friend is starting to break it out.
Or even a tenth as they come over there. So Staffen has got it now, and he started to realize that things are changing up rapidly at the front. He's got to try and get away from everybody else, which is what he's done, but he's still got to close that gap between himself and William Friend. Friend, he is going like a rocket ship. 43.0, 42.5 of the last one. Very consistent lapping out of William Friend, and I think Wild Will might have this in the bag.
Doyle looks like he is comfortable, but it has places on the track where he's able to rail around. And oh man, wide lines once again. So Sneyman is starting to get beaten up. If I was him, if I look at the riding style of Lance Murray, I'd let Lance lead through all the scary parts, because Lance is a brave kid and he just doesn't mind that thing wagging around. But the 46 is a little bit more of a polished rider, and he's good on the brakes.
Goes round in the gate corner and out the brakes. Lance Murray. Murray falling into the clutches of Dominic Doyle. Doyle also not too far ahead of Tyrese Robert. Caccioni's unfortunately all on his own from down in 7th place. Sante Otto and Case Holcher, new riders. Also welcome return to the circuit for the Holcher name. But importantly, Zante Otto, one of our lady riders, in 8th place and doing a great job. Her best lap time so far, her previous lap of 47.160.
Tyrese Robert throws his hottest lap of the race as well, a 1:43 flat. He has joined this party, and he is coming up onto the back wheel of Dominic Doyle. But once again, here is
Second
the change. That's Sneyman. Sneyman is now on the charge. Sneyman has got the hurry up, and he is now going to try and close things down on Wild Will Friend. The two Cape Town kids, second and third, working together now.
Check it, Staffen go past Sneyman along the straight though. Just a little bit of
straight back.
A little bit of extra speed coming out of that slipstream effect. Now you can see Sneyman trying to use it. Can't use it into potters unless you've got some big parts of your anatomy sorted.
Yeah, these kids are a little bit young for that kind of stuff.
They're a little bit too young for that. Now as they head towards Rifle, look at Sneyman on his inside, looking for a chance to sneak past, and Staffen just keeps the door shut.
Staffen is such a light rider as well, very fast at getting the hammer down coming out of the corners, but definitely he is not able to rail the big fast turns, and that's where he's got a problem. Murray, no man's land in 4th place, Dom Doyle in 5th, and Tyrese Roberts still 6th place, but trying to bridge that gap. It's going to be tricky. He doesn't seem to have any faults on the circuit, just not able to run big numbers. Murray in no man's land starting to look over his shoulder to see where the next challenge is going to come from, because he cannot run with the top 3, and Cape Town ×2 are closing down on Gauteng now.
Elbow to elbow from Cape Town as well. That's one thing I was concerned about down that beat straight. As they come into the Diode complex, they have to be concerned that they don't push each other too much or crash into one another. Work together, yes, both in Cape Town, and you want to make sure that Cape Town are on the top of the podium. But more importantly right now is not take each other out, and it came extremely close along the beat straight. Around the outside once again, Sneyman,
king of the outside lines, and he is carrying so much mid-corner and exit, and even the Think and Come With Me just came out there, Greg. He tabs the back of his tailpiece and says, come with me, I've got this, I'm going to take us forward. So Kieran Sneyman controlling the race in 2nd place, trying to bring everyone up onto the back wheel of William Friend. It was on a second last time around. It's under a second now. 0.7. William Friend is getting closed down. It is only 0.7 between himself and Sneyman.
You know what's happening right there is those two are working together and using the slipstream effect to get a little bit of extra power out of their bikes, which is now closing that gap. William Friend's all on his own sim. He's not being able to be given any assistance from any of the riders, and he's not getting any slipstream.
Look at that. What an improvement. When they get to Copacabana, they will be right on him. 0.7 has come under 0.5 on the brakes. William Friend is in big trouble now.
All right, so we completed 5. We're on to 6.
It's not even 0.5 now. They are covered by 0.2.
Incredible stuff. Oh, big look back there from William Friend. He knows they're there now. He can actually hear the exhaust pipes pumping on those bikes. So fourth place battle also very close.
Dominic Doyle has come through. So the loser there is the 99 of Lance Moret. His unsmooth riding style is hurting him. His stop-start style is not working.
Change for lead heading into gate corner, and change for fourth place too. Dominic Doyle just sneaking ahead, but more importantly, the dice just up the front end. You can see that, yes, indeed, it is Staffen that's got to the front, and we've got a change up in the lead. So as they come out there, Staffen now leads out, and no, it's changing all the time. Who's going to come through now?
Sneyman has been sent to the back of the classroom here. William Friend has been closed down massively, and check out the block lines here. The 95 of Staffen is starting to cover his lines. We are not even at the halfway marker of this race. We're about to get there.
Well, according to the lap board below me, we've got 2 to go. So this is going to be lap 6 completed, which means you've got 7 and 8. So 8-lap race is 100% right. So across the line they go. Staffen leads out over William Friend and Sneyman. He's pulled a small gap over William Friend and Sneyman, and it's only 0.694 of a gap as they came across the line that time. 2 to go. There's confirmation of it as they cross the line. So Brandon Staffen has timed this to perfection. I don't know if William Friend's going to be able to make an answer here, because he's now trying to go defensive on Kieran Sneyman.
William Friend, can you believe that? He had over 2 seconds at one point. He has got reeled in, and he can do nothing but try and hang on to the coattails at the moment of Staffen. Staffen, a big surprise. Got the hammer down off the line. We're still trying to wait on a call from the COC whether there was a jump, but normally by this stage we get told. So I'm hoping no news is good news, especially for Staffen. But William Friend is in big trouble.
You can see both Staffen and Friend looking over their shoulders to see where the riders are. Staffen concerned about William Friend and where he is. He's got to try and close that championship lead down. By doing this, he's going to do that. But unfortunately, it looks like William Friend's day is not over yet, because Sneyman is now looking to make it Cape Town 1 and 2.
Yeah, luckily the top 3 have got a real comfortable gap as well. About 5 seconds to go back and pick up on Dominic Doyle, Lance Moret, and Tyrese Roberts. We haven't spoken too much about Luca Coccioni, but what a surprise to see Coccioni down in 7th place, just ahead of Zante Otto and Holscher. Those 2 riders at the back, our new riders. And just because of that kind of confusion coming off the line, just got left in the dust.
Sneyman went round the outside of the sweep, heading
You
down.
do surprise me.
Yeah, heading towards Beacon now, and of course Beacon starts the portable shade corner, and into portable shade, it's all about William Friend going defensive on Sneyman. That's going to cost him drive. Sneyman might be able to use the slipstream effect. We've got 1 to go, as you can see on the board there on the right-hand side. 1 lap to go. William Friend, can he close down on Staffen?
He's working very well. He's getting his line. He may look like he is fading away, but he is wiggling and moving around. Every time that air bubble is broken, he moves across. And watch the outside line going into Potters. There you go.
Well, there we go. If they're going to hand out that trophy for who's got the balls at Potters, that man certainly has. And, well, he's going to have it difficult.
Oh, and then squeezes.
And made very difficult by William Friend into Rifle. Friend's on the inside. Oh, around the outside of Rifle as well. Incredible stuff there from Sneyman.
Cut his nose off as well. You could see he was kind of hinting at the fact that he was going to block that line. William Friend did not want to roll out of it. He just had to lift off ever so slightly. Could not tip in at the sweet spot. And it's Cape Town running 1 and 2. And the might of Gauteng is getting beaten up here.
Looks like William Friend is going to have 1 more opportunity. You can see Tyrese Roberts still fighting with Lance Moret there for what is going to be 4th place on the road, and Dominic Doyle. But they're still side by side. Now, Sneyman's got the outside line. We've seen him already go around the outside of Potters.
Remember, this is the last lap.
Rifle.
He's got to get it done.
And he can't make it through into gate. So William Friend has got it timed to perfection there to keep 2nd place. They're not going to catch Staffen, not with the way that those 2 are fighting. But there's still an opportunity up at Portable Shade Beacon.
Staffen is strong enough coming out of the turns, but these big kids are maniacs on the brakes. They are railing here. Look at this. They have closed him down. This is going to be 3 into it. This is going to be a wild one coming into Beacon. This is the last corner. Have some of that. Have an elbow. Have a knee. Have a shoulder. 3 by 3. Who comes out?
Oh, Staffen just hangs on. Keeps out Kieran Sneyman. Sneyman sits up. Opens up the door. Here comes Friend.
Oh!
Friend sneaks through. They both make a mistake on the final turn. William Friend sneaks ahead. Can you believe that action? Into Portable Shade. William Friend is going to take it. And wow, what a finish to this race.
Job done. William Friend looked like he was sent out the back door. It all got wild. It got woolly. It got crazy going into Beacon. And William Friend cannot believe that hole opened for him to slip on through. Confirmation. William Friend gets the first win of the day in the KTM RC390 Super Juniors. That's why we call them Super. Kieran Sneyman gets the 2nd place. Brandon Staffen in 3rd.
It's pretty much a stock standard road tyre. They're not going to get any better or any worse during the race, are they?
Absolutely. Like I say, it's a stock standard road tyre, and they are what they are. they stick what they do around the circuit, and they pretty much shouldn't go off at all.
Now, Matt was talking about it, and I was talking about it in the race. There is an option possibly next year to bring in a full race version of this tyre, and that should give them at least 2 or 3 seconds difference in terms of lap times at all the circuits we go to.
Yeah, it's possible. We're still under negotiation, discussing and see what the effect on the bikes will be. We'll see at the end of the year, and hopefully we'll go that route.
Brandon Staffen, the bronze medal goes to him. Mark Eatwell, the man we just spoke to from Pirelli, will be handing second place to Kieran Snyman. And from Rad KTM, Dave Griffin will hand out the gold medal to Wild William Friend. It didn't quite go according to plan after your magnificent start.
No, I mean, I put it off to a good start, and William came buzzing past me. He rode such a good early stage of the race. I think he just suffered a bit of fitness, and then me and Kieran caught up, and then we tried to maintain it, but we try to go 3 abreast into the last corner, and that's not the way you do it on the last lap.
No, you can't do that, but I'm sure you've learnt your lesson and probably going to find another strategy for race 2.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'd just like to say well done to William and Kieran.
Definitely some work to do. I would just like to say well done to William. He rode such a good first half of the race. It was unbelievable. And Brandon as well. And I'm a bit sorry about the last corner. It was a little bit close, but well done to everyone.
From the start, I was pushing hard, and I saw the gap was staying and staying. And then towards the end, I started suffering with grip, and I lost it a few times through the S's, and then that's where they caught all the gap. So I decided to back off, stay in third a bit. And on the last lap, when they started bumping, I backed off completely because I knew they were going to run wide, and I took the inside line, and that's how I got through.
The Diode SuperGP Champions Trophy is proudly brought to you by Digital Entertainment On Demand and their associate sponsors.